PeterParker.com.
Yeah. Reminisce, nigga. Be blessed.
Dreaming, but I don't think I'm asleep tonight. I'm living the dream, man. This just can't be life.
See, I would wake up on them cold nights. Half a pack left, polite. Try to grab us while we roll dice. Scatter back to the block in the hour. Just about time to change clothes and the shower. Shut up shop by the dope head.
It's your boy N.O.R.E. That student of the game is out right now. And right now you tuned in to Parker Vision. You figure smell that?
All right, you already know what it ain't. Mr. Peter Parker. Parker Vision's in full effect right now. And we are honored by the presence of a hip-hop legend, my man N.O.R.E. What's happening?
Thank you, man. I like that. You already know what it ain't. What you said?
You already know what it ain't.
Oh, that's hard. Everybody always say you already know what it is. That's different. I might have to jack your slang.
When I first got on the radio, right, I would fill in for dudes and I'd be like, hey, you know who it ain't. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So talk to me, man. Student of the game, this new album, me and the homie Brock just listened to it.
Right.
Bro, this is very, very tough. This is very hip-hop. This is almost like back to the original roots of where you started and what inspired you, you know?
Here, I'm going to borrow the mic for you for a second. Pause. Really, what I wanted to do was I wanted to respect the new generation, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, not forget where I came from, you know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to have a lot of boom bap rap, you know what I'm saying? And try to actually bridge the gap in between, you know, the new generation with the old generation and let them know, like, this is really how hip-hop is supposed to sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some tracks are catered towards the new generation, but a mass part of the album is catered towards, you know, how hip-hop I grew up on, you know what I'm saying, is catered to. So that's what I tried to do. And that's the reason why I called it student of the game. Everybody's saying, yo, you're an OG, you're a legend. How can you be a student? It's because I still want to learn and I still want people to learn with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're still pretty young. Like,
I'm 35, yes.
Yeah, we're like the same age. I figured this was like a veteran. Then I realized, oh, he came out when he was 17. We're like the same age. And I was like, we've been kind of going through this little journey, watching you with the reggae tone. Coming back, you had the CNN kind of reunion album. You got another kind of like reunion with Capone coming up. Talk about that.
You know, I'm like I said, I say it in every interview. It's really up to Capone. Like, you know, when he's ready to lock in, I'm a serious businessman. Like, I don't play around. Like, when it comes to recording or it comes to being at a radio station or it comes to, you know, doing whatever, I'm real serious about the business. So as long as he's serious about the business, then I'll be willing to do another CNN album. I ain't gonna even front.
Yeah, most definitely one of the greatest duos of all times. No, for real though. Like, we don't even see duos anymore. You don't see the team anymore, not the way that you guys had it. You know what I mean? So bringing that back is a beautiful thing. A lot of great things happening in New York City with hip hop right now. Flatbush Zombies, ASAP Mob, Pro Era. Do you connect with these kids? Do you see what these kids are doing?
I definitely met Joey Badass. I definitely met Bodega Bams. I definitely met Action Bronson. I consider me and Bronson got a relationship, and yeah, I got a joint with him called Mazel Tov. You know what I mean? So you'll check our joint together. Me and him. It's called Mazel Tov, and yeah, I definitely see the New York Renaissance, and I haven't met Flatbush Zombies yet, but yeah, man, you know, I want to support it. You know what I'm saying? I want to support everybody that's coming up because when I came out, the OGs didn't give me no support. So instead of me doing the same thing that was done to me, I want to do the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? Word up.
I remember when I first was really, you know, hip to you on the War Report, but you really made a name for yourself on DJ Clue mixtapes as a solo artist. And when you were growing, that was an era where we were walking around with cassettes and CDs, and now with this digital thing that's completely taken over. How digital are you, and do you think that it's hurt hip-hop overall?
I'm pretty digital. I got a Facebook. I've never been on the Facebook, but I have one. I had a MySpace. I got a Twitter. I got a YouTube account. Try to interact with my fans. But to answer your question, did it hurt? Yes, it did, because it's too much access. I come in a day where I used to buy NWA albums. I never even saw their videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from that days. Like, I was glad to be an NWA fan because I knew nothing about them other than that Compton was wild. Like, that's all I knew. Nowadays, you get an artist and you already know everything about them. Like, being an artist back then was like a relationship with a girl. Like, you don't find out everything in the first week of being with a girl. Like, you have to be with her 6 months and you realize, I don't even like this chick. You know what I'm saying? Or realize I'm in love with this chick.
Right.
But nowadays, they give you so much of the artist. They give you too much of the artist. And it's right to the internet. Like, yesterday I had a album release party, a private album release party that the label threw me, and Waka Flocka and Busta Rhymes came through. And Busta, you know, he comes from that era, and his only request was, yo, he didn't want to be on camera. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, he could be there just, you know, sitting there, you know, toasting drinks, and, you know, somebody could say, yo, you know, they could word it whatever way they want. Like, nowadays, a person could just, you know, get a camera or iPhone, and you're a blogger and you're a journalist. And I don't really, like, I do interviews worldwide, and I know in the first 5 seconds if this person really knows who I am or really knows, because, you know, I'll know it in the first 5 seconds, but there's so many people who just picked up these devices and they think that they're journalists, and it's not. Yeah. And that's due to the internet, you know what I mean? But the good thing about the internet is that, you know, when you drop an album, Japan can have your album the same day America can have your album. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have to pay for the, you know, the shipping of overseas, all that. So that's the good part. But with everything, is good and bad. And for the most part, it's more bad than good when it comes to the music industry, as far as the internet goes. But it is is a lot of good with the internet. So you just gotta adapt with it.
Most definitely, man. We know there is a difference, but can you explain the difference between N.O.R.E. and P.A.P.I? I've heard P.A.P.I was the shooter. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
That is true. That is true. P.A.P.I shot somebody. That's the truth. Really, P.A.P.I is more personal. Like, this album, I wanted to get real personal. I wanted y'all to know, like, when you listen to God's Angel, that first off, this is my first time, like, really exploring. Like, Mick Jones from Foreigner. I don't know if you guys know who Mick Jones from Foreigner is. You know, that classic European rock group. Yeah. I got his son on there, and I also got Mick Jones himself on there playing the guitar. And I wanted, it was so, and the song is called God's Angel. It's about my producer, Kevin Kaz, who passed away recently. And I wanted to share everything about that story. I wanted this whole album, me and Scarface, we have never worked together. Scarface, thank you, by the way. But me and Scarface have been friends for over 15 years, and we've never recorded not one record together. So this is our first record. And Faces of Death, we did Faces of Death, which is somewhat Banned from TV Part 2. Right. But I didn't want to call it Banned from TV Part 2 because I didn't want to try to recreate something that's such a legendary moment in the hip hop. So I named it Faces of Death. So, but really, P.A.P.I was my childhood nickname. I was the only, you know, I'm half black, but some, you know, black people can be racist sometimes. So when they see a Spanish kid, they be like, you know, oh, P.A.P.I, you know what I'm saying? Like, so my mom's called me P.A.P.I, and they just laughing. Like, all my black friends growing up was like, oh, you know, your name is P.A.P.I, P.A.P.I, and then the name stuck with me. And what happened was I was in the process of filming my Super Thug movie, and I played P.A.P.I, the character, in the movie. So the people on the set started calling me P.A.P.I. Like, people I didn't know, they was like, P.A.P.I. And it felt so natural. Usually when people call me P.A.P.I, I look at them because I know them. I'll be like, oh shit, I hope I ain't do nothing to him in '88, and now he want to get me back now. You know what I'm saying? So, but this time around, when I was filming the video and people started calling me P.A.P.I, I was like, wow, it felt natural. So I said, you know what? Being that this body of work is so different, it's still N.O.R.E, but it's so different from any other album. I'm trying things on here that I never tried. Yeah. I wanted to go under a different name and still be the same person because of that. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. I feel like you're the type of guy in the industry that everybody likes. I feel like you have a lot of friends. When I see these collaborations on the project, you got Tech Nine, Busta Rhymes, Raekwon. There's so many of your buddies that Lil Wayne, everybody gets on the record. Being around you even for 5 minutes, I can see the energy is positive. I got to share this with you. I remember waiting in line for your CD at midnight. On a Monday night, going and getting the N.O.R.E album, going and having, like, you know, that energy when you first started, and it's amazing to see you carry on with this. I really have to ask you before we go, can the Knicks beat the Heat in the playoffs? I need the inside scoop on what's happening right now. Carmelo's gunning. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm sick. Understand? Can they beat the Heat?
Okay. First off, are we playing the Celtics the first round?
I didn't even want to talk about that. We're gonna pass that because I'm too emotionally invested at this point. You know what I mean?
So basically, he's saying the Knicks is going to wash the Celtics. That's what he's saying.
I don't know anything about
right. That's what he's saying. But I live in Miami. I'm a New York fan. I'm a New York guy to the day I die. But I am scared of the Heat. But I have never ever been this proud to call myself a Knicks fan. So we're going to wash the Celtics. Then we're going to wash whoever else. And then I think if Melo, please don't Kobe us. Don't Kobe us.
Don't go too hard. Yeah.
Please, because you're going so hard that it's almost predictable that an injury will occur. And we, unfortunately, cannot move without Melo. Right. So to answer your question, I can't say it's going to happen, but I want the Knicks to go all the way, and I pray that they go all the way. Because my Miami friends, every time the Knicks play the Heat, it's this bar that we go to, and it's all these New Yorkers that move to Miami. They all go, and then all these Miami guys, they come out, and we're disrespectful. We're like, fuck the Heat, and they're like, fuck New York, and it's like, we're buying each other drinks, but our conversations is so disrespectful because it's a sports fan. We get it. So to answer your question, yes, the Knicks all the way this year. I ain't gonna lie to you. If we make it to even the semifinals, if we make it to the championship, it's more than enough. I'm so glad that we even made the playoffs and over 50. You know what I mean? We're on fire. Melo's jersey is selling more than LeBron right now. Melo, please, unfortunately, Stoudemire, you are throwing off the chemistry, so we're glad that you got hurt. Sorry. But every time he's in the... But so, to answer your question, I really want the Knicks to go all the way.
That's what I wanted the analysis, because I know you're a New Yorker, like, through and through. I heard about the Miami stuff. That's a cool little vacation home. Left Rack City, we understand what it is. We know what it ain't, so you know what I mean?
Hey, your boy N.O.R.E, and right now you're in the DMV, man. Delete your debt, you know what I mean? Hit up WPGC.com and register to win $1,000. You understand what I'm saying? I might register, because that's how real it is. So let's do it, boy. N.O.R.E, peace.
Support this, man. It's all love over here, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate it.